So what's going on, Joey?
Nothing. Having a fantastic day out here at O'Hare International Airport.
Yeah, you shooting a video shoot, right?
Just got done shooting the video. Probably gonna have to do some more tomorrow morning. But yep,
Okay.
my second single, Plane Ticket.
Okay, for the viewers, what video are you shooting?
Shooting Plane Ticket. It's my second single off my up-and-coming project called Barely Broke Intellect. Basically, it's a song just about, traveling, going places with the person that you really care about, the special someone, best friend, things like that.
Okay. Is this your first time at the Hilton?
This is my first time in the Hilton.
Okay.
Yep.
How do you like it so far?
I'm loving it. Food was great. People are nice. Everything's going great.
Okay. So, you're originally from Chicago. Are you born and raised, right?
Born and raised in Chicago, but the crazy thing is, I was technically born in West Suburban Hospital, so I'm right on the city line.
Okay.
So I'm Oak Park born, but lived in the city for a while. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you think? What aspect of hip hop do you try and get? Well, aspect of Chicago, I should say. Do you try and get out in your music the most?
I think the aspect that I try to get out is just the storytelling of just life, period, in Chicago. Not so much the glorification of violence, but sometimes they may come across the lyrics just because that essentially is Chicago. But I really do try to show the more positive side of growing up here.
Okay.
You know what? My themes vary. It really depends on the beat
Okay.
that I get, that I'm writing to. That usually dictates what the song is going to be about.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of my concepts do revolve around life issues. Things that I've been through, that my friends been through. So.
Okay, cool. I remember an interview in the past. We talked about, what distinguishes you from the rest of the artists in Chicago hip hop. It's a rise in hip hop community in the Chicago area recently. But what you said in particular was really interesting. You said that what distinguishes you is the fact that you're not relevant. Could you explain that to me?
Yeah. What I meant by not relevant is the fact that my music is not something popular. It's not something that's just gonna pop right now for 6 to 8 months and then I fizzle out. I know me saying that I'm not relevant looks kind of like a negative connotation towards me and my career, that I will never be able to be in the forefront. It's more of a positive way of saying that my music can stay around. I want my fans to be able to listen to my first or second CD 5, 10 years down the road and still have that same oomph, and that's still that same effect, as if the first time that they heard it.
Okay, cool. So I got a question for you.
Yeah.
We're talking about, the themes that you bring out, what aspects of Chicago and things like that. If your music, let's just say we have one Joey hit, right?
Yes.
If your hit was a mathematical equation, what would it be?
Man, I would say A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I kind of like to be equal on everything that I have to do when it comes out to my music. I'm very meticulous. I like stuff the way I like it. So that one song is gonna be my perfect equation for me. Everything is gonna equal out to be great.
Okay. Tell us some things that you you want fans to look out for on your upcoming project.
I want fans to look out for the features on it. Not so much of me, but the people that I have featuring on my project are very talented singers, other hip hop artists.
Can you name drop a few?
I don't want to ruin the surprise.
You don't want to ruin it for everybody.
So a lot of people are going to be shocked.
Rise in Chicago interest in relation to gang violence, gun violence, with respect to Hadia Pendleton and her situation, and also the situation that happened after Obama spoke in Hyde Park a couple weeks ago. How do you feel about critics who try to blame that on hip-hop, saying that that's the influence behind, the rise in crime or gang violence or gun violence?
I would say that they're misinformed. Just because violence has been around way longer than hip hop has. You know, I wouldn't dare say that. Excuse me. I wouldn't dare say that Frank Sinatra's music was attributed to, you know, the raiding of Italian mob, like the violence during the Italian mob. Like they would never say that. So it's unfortunate that they would blame the violence in Chicago solely on hip hop, and it's not about looking at our forefathers and things that came before. But not to say hip hop is completely innocent of, you know, of what's going on. We do have a lot of music, a lot of images that people back trying to recreate in real life situations, and we do have a lot of people suffering from that.
Okay, so do you feel it's your responsibility to maintain that positive image for hip hop?
I do. I feel like if nobody else wants to do it, somebody has to step up eventually to want to change things and shed light on certain issues within the hip hop community.
Cool. Now, what was I gonna ask? Oh my goodness, I had it and then it went away. Okay, the ultimate goal question. So ultimately, as Joey Price, like, what is your main goal as a rapper?
You know, it's not even to be, you know, famous.
Okay. Why not?
It's not about the money. Not saying money does not help, because it surely does. Got school bills, everything. But my main goal is to strictly inspire. If I can reach one person and have them say, your lyrics touch me in a deeper way, and I want to do something about the way I'm feeling, or how I'm feeling, or change my situation in life, and I feel like my job is done. You know, getting a record deal, you know, is always nice. You know, tours, that's all great, but it's the connection with the fans and the people who are listening, the people who are looking for something else. That's what I desire the most.
That's so deep. Look at you. Well, to step back from the deepness and all the gang talk and stuff like that, I want to ask you some silly questions.
Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, so we already touched on the mathematical one. Kind of pull that out of my back pocket.
Right.
Next, we're going to talk about, you know, basically like this or that type of questions about related to Chicago. Okay. Okay. First one, Polish or pizza?
Pizza. Definitely pizza.
Okay. White Sox or Cubs?
White Sox.
Okay. You said Cubs? Mm-hmm. No, White Sox?
I said White Sox.
White Sox? Mm-hmm. Why not the Cubs? What's wrong with the North Side?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Okay. Oh yeah, O'Hare or Midway?
O'Hare.
Aye.
Why? They don't charge for checking bags. You get one free bag to carry on, and then you Gucci, and then after that you have to pay. But usually, I'm good with that one carry on. So O'Hare any day, any day.
That's it. That's cool.
Thank you.